Welcome everybody, my name is Blake, or you can call me TheCampaigner, and today we're playing Age of War on hard. This was actually my second attempt, and this is a post-commentary. At this point, I'm just gonna be slightly I'm gonna be explaining something. What you see on screen, they shouldn't have those golden auras below them. What actually happened is that from the previous episode, there was a little mishap at the end where I lost, and I used my special right before I died, and it carried on throughout the whole match, which just made it kind of funny for me. So what it does, just to explain, is it gives you like a regen. It regens your health over time. So yeah, but today is Friday, and so I'm playing a Flash game. It's Flash Fridays is what I'm going to be calling the series. And so this is just a day that we just sit down and we play a game that it's a game that is just weird. Like, it has moments like this where you don't expect it to turn out how it does. You don't expect it to be this like laggy monstrosity. I don't know what to call it, but I mean, like, that's just complete error in terms of like coding or something like that. But I mean, like you don't get that as much with AAA titles like Assassin's Creed or Call of Duty, Halo. You don't get that. You don't get this unique type of, like, I don't know, just design or characteristic to the game. It completely was unintentional, but it made the game enjoyable for the time that I was playing it. So I did record this live so I could hear my voice in the background. I apologize, but I wanted to keep the game music because it gets a little repetitive, but it's still pretty good song. So, but I prepared everything, and then when we recorded, the game audio got extremely loud. And yeah, so, but talking about the game for just a second, as you just saw, I had like a stack, like a whole line of dino riders, and that was just because I could tell from the regen that I could probably just sit there with the dinos and just, I wanted to win in the dino age. But that's not gonna happen. So I'll probably be cutting out parts of this. So yeah, but this goes on for quite a while, so this will probably be one of the parts that I cut out. But just talking about games in general, I honestly feel like it's important that we are playing more and more games, and not only just playing the new games that come out like Destiny or any of the Call of Duties, stuff like that, like stuff that's very common and popular, gets a lot of hype. These games are the ones that really should mean something to people, because they're different. They're original ideas, they're original art designs. I mean, most of the time they're not copies at all, and it's just one person starts with an idea, they get together with a group of people sometimes, and then they make something. And you don't see that ingenuity, you don't see that kind of independence anymore, like that creativity. It just doesn't exist, and it's quite disheartening. But that's why I love playing these kind of games. I'm going to be playing a whole assortment of them. I just started with this one because this was one that I used to play. I'll probably play the sequel next week, and then I might even put up 2 videos a week, or two videos on Fridays with different Flash games, like one for each Flash game, just because honestly there's so many out there. Some of them are really good, some of them are a little iffy, but they really deserve that attention that the AAA title games get, like the ones I mentioned earlier. So I truly feel, just sincerely, that if someone's making these kind of games, they deserve to be played. They really do. And we ignore them. You gotta be like, or mainly console users, they don't see these games because they play on console. These are usually all on PC because that's the easiest way to make them. There are arcade games, absolutely. So like, I'm trying to remember what's called on the PlayStation. Pretty sure it's like the PlayStation Store or something like that. I don't remember. Excuse my ignorance. But like, it's the Xbox Arcade, for example, where there's a lot of just indie games. So that type of gaming community where it has arcade games is where we've gotten some great games. Minecraft, I believe, that's how it started. It started as an arcade game. Now it's become essentially a AAA title. Now Microsoft's gonna try and make a Minecraft 2, supposedly, trying to do all these different things to it, utilizing its title. But there are some games who start off on PC, then they move to being full titles. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, that Ninja was a Flash player game, like an indie game that started off on one of these Flash websites. I'm playing this on onemoreLevel.com, just so you know. I played Ninja first on onemoreLevel.com, and then I went off and saw it on someone was playing it on on Xbox. So these Flash player games can become full like titles, but it's just not as likely as when they're in this kind of state. Another example, which is a more recent and prevalent example, is Town of Salem. Town of Salem was a fantastic game. Absolutely love that game. It was just released just within the last few days, I would say, to Steam as a full-blown Steam game for $5. It's not completely necessary to buy it for $5, but that's in case you want to support the game. You can still play it on their website. Just Google Town of Salem and you can find it. That'll probably be one game I'll play at some point. Probably more like a Wednesday type upload, or just play a game to play, or Tuesday or something like that. And yeah, I mean, you look at the community, and it's so much different than what it could be. Obviously that's kind of redundant, but there's the potential, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. There's the potential for the community to play different games, and yet we're playing the simple AAA titles. Most of us are. I mean, it's not all of us. Absolutely not. It's not all of us. And it would be outrageous to claim that all of us are doing those type of games, but it's reasonable to just presume that it's gonna happen, that people are just gonna play the titles that they know. Nothing technically wrong with it. I mean, as long as you enjoy the games that you're playing, that's what matters. As long as you're getting something out of it. If you're enjoying the game, you're playing the game because you like the game, that's perfectly fine. That's why I like playing these Flash games. I mean, there's something different. There's some creativity within them, there's some unique aspects, and I've wanted to create games, so I've created a few. Nothing great, but I think as a hobby, that's something I want to do. I want to try and utilize creativity and make something different, because like storylines for games, they have the same basic plots. I mean, it's very straightforward to what it's gonna be. You can basically guess most kind of like RPG type games. Yeah, I would say RPG. Yeah, are revenge based games. I mean, wait, what's instead of based? What's a P that I could say? I don't know. I'm trying to, like, instead of role playing games, I was gonna say it's revenge. No, not point, but like, I don't know. Like, there's a word that I could put there that starts with a P that would just be completely relevant to what I'm trying to say here. But like there's straightforward, just straightforward themes. There's straightforward ideas in games that are just abused over and over again, and it's like, what's the point? We're basically playing the same type of game over and over again, and we're not being creative. We're not producing something unique, which is what makes video games truly wonderful. And so when we don't have that aspect, it's just disappointing to me, at least. I don't know. I'm kind of like an idealist, try and believe in the greatest possible outcome, but I don't know. I mean, I'm ranting because that's what I do. I try and promote ideas. I try not to be biased, but my own opinion is my own bias. So I honestly feel, and I'm just going to conclude this point, that games should be utilized for creativity. They should also be used for entertainment, but as entertainment, they should have enweaved upon them their own creativity from the creators. I mean, that just seems like it would just make the game. Get unique ideas in a unique game. It makes it just 10 times better, if not more. So it is what it is, but I'm gonna say that Flash games, just find one that you like. Look for a name. Could be a tower defense game, could be like an action game, but just find one game that you like. It's something different. You can do the style game that you already like, but just try something a little bit different. Just try it. Look for something, and maybe you'll find something that works. So yeah, I think that's just about gonna wrap up today's Flash Friday. This was Age of War. I played it on onemorelevel.com, and yeah, I mean, the end of this, just about a minute after this, just got really tedious, because every time I would get to their base, I would just die to their turrets. So it became really long-winded. In the end, I did get ultimate victory. As I'll cut to the ending right here, and you'll see that I do win, mainly just because of my ion rays things. They're expensive. So tips for this game, I don't really have any good tips, but I just like saving money at the beginning, so I can try and get the second you evolve into the next age. So obviously you evolve from the dinosaur age to kind of like, what would that era be called? Medieval times? Yeah, medieval times, to kind of like Renaissance to modern to futuristic, or whatever the progression is. Just try and save as much money as possible until you can buy out like one of the good, like the top tier weapon in the next one. So if you have, like, if you're going to the medieval, you can buy a knight instead of buying a dino rider or whatever. I just feel like that's the way to go. But yeah, so I thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next Flash Friday. Have a good one. Waka 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 waka.